More on all things tech and tech earnings. Let's bring in Fast Money friend Gene Munster, managing partner at Deepwater Asset Management. Gene, great to have you with us.
Hi.
Let's start off at Tesla, because that's sort of where we left off before with the traders here on the desk. What do you make of this quarter? It's a little head-scratching in terms of the reaction in the after hours, given the quality of the print.
Yeah, this was, Melissa. I was shocked to see the stock up. I mean, this was messy. I think, Guy, what did you say? This is a cult stock? Ultimately, I think that the numbers are pretty choppy, and it's just hard to see why it's up right now. I think it's basically confirmation that people think that this is more to go.
What do you want to hear from Microsoft?
It's all about CapEx, and Zuckerberg said it related to Microsoft. It's all about CapEx. But I want to highlight probably the most important point from these earnings calls so far. Zuckerberg's comments that they're going to spend hundreds of billions on CapEx. I mean, that's really reassuring. That's what we're looking to hear from Microsoft, how much they're spending on CapEx.
Do you think that we will hear guidance on CapEx for 2026? And I know that is a mile away, but a lot of investors want to hear that Microsoft, this year's $80 billion is going to be the peak.
I think this, coming into this earnings, just taking a step back, Melissa, this is all about what's going to happen with CapEx. And as I mentioned, Zuckerberg's comments about the hundreds of billions, to put that into perspective, this plays into what's going to happen in 2026. His comment about hundreds of billions. So far, Meta's invested probably $50 billion in CapEx. So just to put some context about how far along the road we are. And I think that as we kind of play that forward to 2026, if he's saying hundreds of billions of dollars, and you have to kind of, given the competitive nature of how these companies are building the AI infrastructure, the comments that Zuckerberg's making is probably going to be similar to some of the comments that we're going to hear from Microsoft. And to get to that hundreds of billions probably means that this AI infrastructure build continues into 2026. And so I think that this is really positive. As I kind of process everything that we've heard so far and seen everything at Tesla, Meta, and Microsoft, the biggest takeaway so far is this is really positive for NVIDIA, even despite what's happened with kind of the China piece, because, as you said, Melissa, that outlook for 2026 on the CapEx is just really, I think it's upbeat. And keep in mind, Zuckerberg didn't have to reiterate this. He didn't have to double down on what he had said last week. And given what's happened earlier in this week, I think it's really encouraging regarding just the broader AI trade from the very early part of what we've heard from these companies so far.
Hey, Gene, you just mentioned, it's NVIDIA being a beneficiary of all this. We know that, right? So a couple weeks ago, Microsoft, Meta, they gave their CapEx guidance for the year. So here we are, they're reiterating it. And, let's see how this stock, how far it could run a little bit if it could fill in that gap from Monday. But, going back and looking at that chart over the last 3 years since it really took off, there's not a single gap to the downside. There's plenty to the upside. So I guess the question here is that, is it going to be enough as far as this guidance is concerned, given the headwinds that we might be seeing around the globe with some of these open source models out of China? Like, is there a chance that the trade is just done for a bit?
So this is specific to NVIDIA, or the NVIDIA, maybe the broader AI trade. I think, again, we're piecing together data points real time. That's what happened with DeepSeek, because it was one data point and the market had to extrapolate it I think, out to several years. Now, since then, we've had some more data points. And like you said, with NVIDIA and their business, and I think the bottom line is this, is that if CapEx infrastructure continues to remain strong, we're going to see models, even if they're novel models like we saw from DeepSeek that can be produced at lower prices, they're still going to want to build the infrastructure to get those models out faster. So if we continue to see that, I think that this is that build out, which is what we're hearing tonight from Zuckerberg. If we continue to see that, I think that not only will the hardware spend more broadly continue, but I think that the software piece is going to start to play out. And so I think that this broader AI trade is still very intact.